Here are the top up-and-coming social media platforms to keep an eye on for 2021.
Super cool YouTube intro.
If you're somebody who's wanting to grow a massive social media following, so you're wanting to get on the new up-and-coming social media platforms early, or you're just curious about what new social media platforms are coming out or seem to be rising or growing the fastest, then you found the right place. I do want to preface this video by saying right up front, there are hundreds of social media platforms that are really small, that are just sprouting that I could talk about, but it would be a massive waste of your time. That's because although there's hundreds of little social media platforms, 99% of those social media platforms are going to fail. So if you go out there and you try to get on all those social media platforms right now, you are going to fail because you're going to spread yourself too thin. So I'm going to tell you the best social media platforms you should be on right now because they're going to either experience massive growth, could potentially experience massive growth, might be something you just want to keep an eye on, or have already grown and are so easy to grow on right now that you're missing a huge opportunity if you're not on that platform. But before we get started, if you could please click that like button. It literally only takes you 2 seconds. I know I ask for this literally every video, but it's really quick and it does help me grow, and I'm trying to grow on YouTube because, you know, I gotta, obviously, that's why I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to grow on it, so that helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button. All right, let's get started. The first platform I want to talk about is YouTube Shorts. Now, I get that YouTube Shorts is technically just a feature within the YouTube ecosystem, but it is definitely something you need to be keeping an eye on. YouTube Shorts is YouTube's response to TikTok and is a direct competitor of TikTok. The advantage of YouTube Shorts is that it's on the YouTube platform, which most creators consider the YouTube platform to be the gold standard of being a content creator. When you're on YouTube and you have a massive audience, you're getting paid really well and you have a ton of leverage versus things like Instagram, you don't have as much reach, or even TikTok, you're just not making or bringing in as much money from your views as you are on a platform like YouTube. So YouTube Shorts is a gold mine for content creators, and people are going to be flocking to it and bringing their audiences to it as they try to grow on YouTube. So it's something you want to keep an eye on, and it's going to be a way quicker way to grow on YouTube once it's finally released. You can get sort of early access to YouTube Shorts right now. I'm sure you've already seen it in the app. The way that you do that is you have to create a vertical video and you do hashtag shorts or hashtag YouTube Shorts. And then some of those videos end up getting featured in Shorts. Now that's a temporary fix for now as they're actively building out the entire Shorts platform, which is expected to release maybe sometime early next year. The second app I want to talk about, you're probably already really familiar with, and that's TikTok. But before you decide to jump out, please hear me out. TikTok is obviously very well known. It is a household name at this point, but take a look at this chart. Compared to things like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, TikTok still has a lot of room to grow. Also keep in mind that platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook are still growing themselves quite a bit every single year. So those platforms still have room to grow, and TikTok still has a massive amount of room to grow. You'd be missing out on a massive opportunity if you were ignoring TikTok thinking that there's no chance for creators to grow, that opportunity has already passed. It definitely has not passed. Let me give you some stats real quick. On average, users spend 46 minutes on the TikTok platform. Now compare that to YouTube, where on average users only spend 11 minutes and 26 seconds on the YouTube platform. That's an insane difference. So here's the really insane part, okay? On average, a TikTok user will watch 186 videos a day. Compare that to YouTube, where the average YouTube user only watches one. That means if you're trying to grow an audience on TikTok, you're gonna have a lot more exposure because people watch so many more videos that they're more likely to stumble upon smaller creators' videos. Where on YouTube, with them watching such a short amount of time and so few videos, you have a lot less likely chance of growing or being discovered. Couple that with the fact that TikTok could essentially double and still not be as big as YouTube, and you have a recipe for massive growth for early adopters who are willing to get on the platform now while it's easy to grow, while it's still early in the game. because it is still early in the game. For those of you who are thinking it's too late, it's still early in the game. Over the next decade, there's going to be thousands of people who are going to become famous on the platform, and they're people that are just getting started today, so don't miss out. Next up, we're going to talk about Triller. Triller is by far TikTok's biggest competitor. It's still pretty dang small, and there's a lot of room for Triller to grow. Now, the reason Triller's on this list is because there has been a lot of celebrities and top creators who have actually switched to the Triller platform when the US was talking about banning the TikTok app. Now that the ban's been sorted out and TikTok isn't banned, who knows what's gonna happen with Triller? In my opinion, I think it might have lost its edge when TikTok didn't get banned, but we have no idea what 2021 might hold for the TikTok app. And I think in the meantime, Triller is definitely something you wanna keep an eye on and possibly be posting your TikTok videos to Triller as well. Next up is House Party. House Party was on my last video. It was an app I talked about. With coronavirus and COVID, everyone's flocking to Zoom, and House Party has seen a decent sized boost as people are connecting over the app. House Party was acquired by Epic Games, and they seem to have some really big plans for the app. They haven't had much time to really roll out anything or their ideas or vision for the app so far, but it's definitely one you're going to want to keep an eye on because Epic Games is very resourceful. They have a massive audience and a lot of data to pull from, and I'm sure they're going to try to do some crazy things with the House Party app. Next up is Like. Like, again, is another TikTok clone with a lot of interesting spins and features. Honestly, for me, when I get on it, it's kind of annoying. It doesn't have the same feel. The algorithm doesn't seem nearly as good as TikTok's. And the experience doesn't seem very good because it pulls you initially to a screen where you can explore. It doesn't take you directly into the video. However, again, this is another app that a lot of creators have been starting to invest time in and build up audiences on as a potential fallback if TikTok were to ever get banned. So again, just another one that you might want to keep an eye on. Lastly, again, we're going to talk about a familiar platform, but a unique feature it's been rolling out, and that's Snapchat's Spotlight. And again, the trend this year has been short form video. There was a natural evolution in social media where we first started with text, then we moved to photos, then we moved to video, and now we're moving to shorter form video. Snapchat's twist on this, and the reason I mention them is, for one, versus Triller or Like, they already have a pretty decently sized user base, they're very well known, and they have a really experienced, well-connected team behind the scenes. They also are doing something unique where they're paying $1 million a day to viral content creators on the platform. I don't know that that's gonna be enough to pull creators like me over to the platform, just because I'm all about building an audience and the longevity of that. I think a lot of creators are like that, and so although it's neat that they're giving out $1 million a day to content creators, it seems more gimmicky to me than something that will last and actually pull creators over the platform. But it's still too early to say. This is a brand new feature, and we'll see where it goes from here. And if you want to learn more about starting an online business, being an entrepreneur, and growing a social media following, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week.